some interesting new reporting here about a top secret bunker that is now under construction beneath the White House. So the project is part of President Trump's controversial, costly makeover of the historic building. Now a source with knowledge of that renovation tells CNN the new bunker will be replacing a decades-old underground facility that's being dismantled as part of the president's new ballroom construction.
Now, you might remember the demolition work began in October. For more on this, we have CNN's Betsy Klein. She's got this reporting. Betsy, good to see you. Tell us, what are you learning?
Well, Danny, there really has been very little acknowledgement that this project even exists, but it kept coming up in the course of my reporting about President Trump's ballroom expansion. I just had to know more. So back in 1941, after the attack on Pearl Harbor, President Franklin D. Roosevelt ordered the secret construction of a secure underground facility, and he built an extension of the East Wing on top of it. Now the East Wing, once more under construction. Those underground facilities have been dismantled, according to sources, and there is still a lot of secrecy about what is going on underground. One source told us that this is going to be reimagined and upgraded with state-of-the-art technology to counter emerging threats. Now, the White House declined to comment for this story, but we did hear from them in a new court filing just last week. They said that halting underground construction would, quote, endanger national security, and that the reasoning behind that is going to be provided in a classified setting. But let's talk about what was down there. According to sources who have been underground, you go down a couple of floors from the East Wing. There is a secure bunker. It has beds, water, shelf-stable food, secure communications, and there's a massive vault-style door to get there. Then there is the Presidential Emergency Operations Center, the PEOC. This is a command and control operations center for the President of the United States. Unlike the Situation Room, this is just used for emergency purposes. This started as a World War II bomb shelter, but it got upgraded over the years, continually evolving. It was used during protests in the Nixon era. On September 11th, President Bush and Vice President Cheney were secured down there. They also used it to plan secret trip for President Biden to Ukraine more recently, Danny and Erica.
So it's obviously the kind of place you would want to be continually updated.
Yeah.
I think it raises the question, though, of the cost. And I guess a two-part question for you, Betsy. So the ballroom is supposed to be paid for with private funds, as we know. But if this renovation was started as a part of that demolition, was this already sort of in the budget? Or is this an extra cost that taxpayers are now paying?
No, exactly. And because there's so much secrecy about this project is completely classified. We do not have any details on what specifically is going on down there, but we could know in time. For instance, we got photos of the PEOC for the first time 15 years after 9/11 through a FOIA, Freedom of Information Act request. What we really don't know, and what will likely be impossible, is knowing how much this is going to cost. And that, again, is because of the classified state-of-the-art technology that is going to go down there. We just don't have visibility, but it will be paid for by the American taxpayer. Many of this technology, I'm told, is stuff that's just not commercially available yet. So we just aren't going to know how much this costs.